I'll let you start it.
Hi, everyone. So it's been since the first half of 2023, almost 3 years since we last did video game rankings.
It's a long time.
It's been a long time. We haven't looked at those lists.
No, I actually forgot.
I have some idea of what I ranked as mine.
I probably remember my number one because I think it's consistent.
Okay. And are we going to guess each other's number ones before we're going?
Yep.
Are we going to do that now, or are we going to finish introducing?
Finish introducing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last time, early 2023, we did top 20 objective. We tried to do objective. It's hard to do objective when we're the subjects and there's only two of us, right, to make claims about the object in any sort of concrete way. But we did our subjective list last time also. We're going to do sort of a hybrid, I think, today.
Yeah, because I feel like mine, for the most part, is subjective, but also there's like objective. Like you can't deny that this is a good game.
Okay, so I have some of those too, where it's just as objective as I can be. Let me factor in some variables other than nostalgia to try to sequence my list. So there's some that made it in not based on nostalgia, or I've not even like played them.
Yeah.
So some of them I've never even played.
Yeah.
But for the most part, subjectivity is the driving force.
Okay. All of the ones on my list I've played.
Okay. Okay. So we don't know each other's lists. We don't even remember what our lists were last time. Nope. If somebody wants to look up those and see if we're consistent, if over the years our mentality is unchanging, or if there's a little bit of wiggle room here and there. Okay. So let's guess each other's top game.
Okay. I'm guessing yours is Dragon Quest number 4.
Dragon Quest 4. And that's
my guess.
Okay. I'm guessing yours. There are a few I could go with. So I can make an argument for Overwatch based on replayability.
Gosh,
you come back to this all the time, even if crises emerge. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Yeah. But I'm not going to go with Overwatch. I could go with Mario 3 or Mario World, but I'm not going to do that. I could justify it. I could do Ocarina of Time, or I could do Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Pick one of those. And I think I'm going to go with the latter. I think I'm going to go with whatever, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or something.
Okay, so we will find out.
Or Ocarina.
Pick one.
Okay, I'm going to go with Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
/ whatever, one of those.
We're lumping those together. Right. Okay, well, we'll find out in just a little bit.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. And at some point, I have a few honorable mentions, but maybe we'll get through a bunch of these before we do honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going from 20 down, right?
We're going from 20 down. Okay. So I'll do 20, you do 20, 19, 19, 18, 18, 17, 17.
Okay.
So my number 20 is Contra.
Okay.
And
which one? Just
the
all
original.
Of them?
Just the first one. Because this game came out, almost 40 years ago. And at least once a year, it is still played in this house. You and I played through it. Grant and I played through it.
Fun.
It's so much fun.
You can just hop in. And I think he threw it on one time, and I was just watching. And you're like, "Here, hold the controller." And started playing. I was like, okay.
It is so much fun. And for a game that old, there are other games from that era that can't really be replayed, where sentimentality, sort of the object of my nostalgia is better left in the past. Something like Metroid, which was really influential to the art of video gaming. The music was amazing, the ambiance, everything. I just can't play that game anymore. Contra, though.
It is good.
So if we were to rank games based on replayability, if that is the driving force.
Yeah.
There's an old journal that I did on here where I talked about fantasy ranking tier system or something like that. And it was like fantasy shows and movies, and how we rank them was so good, really good, good, pretty good, not good. And it's just how often do you rewatch? Not good is we didn't even make it through the first time, but so good as we rewatch every single year, like a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I feel like Contra would make it into that category.
Yeah, an annual video game play.
Or we just watched your nephew's baseball game this morning. And so if we're going to put it into baseball terms, we can go out in the yard and have a catch. My mitt's over there somewhere, your mitt's over here somewhere. And we can just go out in the yard and have a catch. You can do that once a week and it's enjoyable. Going to an actual MLB game or something like that, once a year, but like a big vacation where you have to stamp a passport. I mean, that's every few years. Contra is a catch in the yard.
Yeah,
You can just pick up and do it. You have 20 minutes. Let's just play some Contra.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's a good game.
That's my number 20.
Okay, my number 20. And this is very subjective because people are going to be like, well, I've never even heard of that game. Xena the Warrior Princess.
Xena the Warrior Princess. I remember you mentioning this in an earlier one.
And I'm
now.
Yeah. So like some of the games I believe that were on my list last time, I think maybe I replayed them and then they got bumped off of my list because I'm like, you know what? It's not as good as I thought it was in my memory.
Right.
And I feel like Xena's probably one of those type of games too. If I were to play it today, I'd be like, you know what? It's not even going on my list again. But I haven't played it since like however old I was. And I just remember it being a really good game, a first of its kind. It had like the Greek mythology, you were a female protagonist, and I loved it. In my memory, I remember it as a very good game, good enough to be number 20 on my list.
Okay. We watched Willow a couple years ago. We watched Willow, and I remember it being amazing from my childhood. And it was a little bit, it's like, is this the same one that I watched when I was a kid? This is not that good.
Yeah.
And so Xena Warrior Princess may, fall into that
I'm
same
sure
category.
it would.
But nostalgia can be pristine,
Yes.
right? Those invincible summers.
So it's number 20.
Okay, my number 19 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And, if we're talking replayability, it's so much fun to just pick up and play. You can just do the arcade mode. Grant and I played through the arcade mode. We did it with my brother and my niece.
A couple
You and I
times,
played a couple times. You and I have played through the game completely. And so for Contra, I go back to the original. I mean, the first Contra, they just came out with a new one. And I still haven't played it yet. But the later Contras, they're fine. But we go back to the original. With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original, like the arcade games.
Yeah, we played that.
We played them both, the Turtles in Time and the original arcade game.
Fun.
We beat those both this year, so that's on our completed games list. When we get to the end of the year, we'll talk about that. But it's still, I think, instead of going back to the originals with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like we would do with Contra, Shredder's Revenge is, I think, what we would return to.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not to put that on my list, but I didn't. But now
I
I'm
covered
kind of
it,
like,
so it's
should
okay.
I? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a contender for sure. Okay, my number 19 is Uncharted 4. Now, I was moving that up and down my list, and it was higher up in the ranks. And then as I was like reviewing the list, I'm like, you know what? I would, because I started to rank them as like, would I play it again now? And I would play Uncharted 4 again, but like, I don't know if I would replay it again now, because I feel like the other ones on my list are more of a, oh yeah, I'd definitely play that one right now.
Okay, so it's not a play catch in the yard game. It's either a passport stamp or
I think a passport.
Okay, so every once in a while.
It's a really good game. I like the story and the adventure part. So yeah, Uncharted 4.
Okay, Uncharted 4. My number 18, never played it, Pokemon. I feel like it deserves
Game
a
Boy
spot.
one?
Any of them, just franchise. Pokemon franchise.
it's really good.
Brian has been ranked in the top 10 in Pokemon Go. So I could say Pokemon Go. I could say, blue and red and whatever. Just pick a color. Open up a box of Crayola and that one. And it's fine. It's all the same to me.
I love Pokemon,
Yeah, I just never played it. I mean, it came out, Dragon Quest, and it was sort of, they took a mechanic out of Dragon Quest V and made it into like the biggest franchise in the world. I mean, I think it's bigger than Marvel, it's bigger than Harry Potter. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just the franchise.
Yeah.
And so how could I not put it on the list even though I've never played it?
Yeah, so I guess the honorable mention would be for me, Pokemon Snap. I loved that game. It's not on my list. It's a Nintendo 64 game.
Oh,
you go around, and I love it. I love that like you can take a picture and you get like rated on like how good of a picture that was, or how rare of a Pokemon did you snap the picture of. I loved it, but I didn't put it on my list because I would replay it though. So maybe I would rank Uncharted 4 off and put Pokemon Snap on there.
One of those two is an honorable mention.
Very indecisive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on 18. Is it your turn for 18? Okay.
Yeah, so my number 18 is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played it, but
loved it. Another great game, I thought. Haven't played the remake, but
at some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
That's my number 18.
We'll do some remake, number 18. So my number 17, I haven't played this ever, but it would be hard. It's so influential. This is an objective inclusion in my list, and it's Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Andy Michelson, I haven't talked to him in so long, close to a decade or something. But when this came out, he's like, oh, for people who really, they must love squares. What's his line about it? If you really love squares, you're going to... But it's so influential. It doesn't really feel like a game. It's sort of stretching the elasticity of game. It's like a sandbox.
It's almost like Candy Crush as a game.
Game, yeah. Although a couple of years, 3 years ago, over 3 years, whatever it was, we did games we wish would be made. And I do think if I were to add a new game to our roster of games that we wish would be made, it would be sort of a sandbox, not like this one. I'm super against AI, but I feel like a good use of AI would be survey the entire internet and every photograph, every Google like Earth image, every phone book, every business record. I mean, like newspaper articles and architectural designs and stuff, and recreate environments according to that time period as realistically as possible. And like, here's a facsimile of Salem, Oregon in the 80s. Here's a facsimile of Salem in the 90s. I would definitely visit those as a sandbox. Yeah. And I think, weep tears of nostalgia into my VR goggles and fog them up. And there'd be like weird stuff. There'd be stuff that like I didn't realize was in Salem at the time. Like, this is weird. And there'd be stuff that AI just makes up that's super creepy. But I feel like that, if that came out as a sandbox, I think that would purge, how much people love squares.
That would be fun, yeah.
But for now, and it would be called something like The Ghost of Christmas Past. Visit your past. If that existed, Minecraft wouldn't be in my list.
And that one would.
Okay. But Minecraft is currently
your number 17.
That is my number 17.
Okay. My number 17 is Luigi's Mansion 3. That one's so fun. That's the one
we just played. Well, I watched you. I sat there watching you play.
That one was a lot of fun. And I feel like I would definitely play that one again.
Yeah.
It was just like a cute game. You could just sit down and go vacuum. I loved it.
Yeah, you should see how tidy our stove is.
The stove is my like cleaning.
Yeah, anytime I like cook something, it's just like, okay, we just have to scrub it, polish it clean. So that's Luigi's Mansion can, I think, fill that urge to clean stoves. So if we get Luigi's Mansion 2, maybe we'll even have like a normal stove for a short period of time.
It's a good game.
It was fun to watch. Yeah, it was fun watching your vacuuming experience and the little ghosts and the bosses.
Did it.
I did it. He didn't. It's the other one. Okay, so my number 16 is Wizardry.
Oh yeah.
Or Ultima, but I haven't played Ultima. But this last year I played through Wizardry, and you watched me, and
I watched the frustrations.
I watched the frustrations of like I actually took the game out of the console because like I think I'm done with this, and if I leave it in the console. Then I'm definitely going to play it again. So I actually ejected it from the console, put it back in the case. Like a week later, I put it back in.
It's a good game. It was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. And this morning, we played like video game music in the house, and there's a song that came on, and you're like, "That's Wizardry."
Yeah, I was like, "This is familiar."
That's a song from
flashbacks.
Wizardry. But I think because again, I've never played Ultima, and I do want to play through that one because they both came out in like 1981 or whatever. And if I were alive, I guess I was, but I was like nothing years old. Like, let's say I was 10 years old in the early 80s when this came out, I think I would have been obsessed with it. In the way that in the early 90s, like a decade later, Legend of the Red Dragon, which is a text-only game, oh man, I would play hours and hours and hours would go by, and then I'd realize how much I needed to pee and that I haven't eaten. And I certainly would have done the same thing with Wizardry, and I'm almost sure I would have done the same thing with Ultima. There is one game, we did one that was games that do exist that we want to play. There's an old episode, and there's a game called Colossal Cave that came even before this. It was in the late 70s, but recently, within the last couple of years, Ken and Roberta Williams did a remake of it. It's on the Switch. So I would add that one to Wizardry, Ultima, Colossal Cave as foundational RPG. That, and other than this, I really don't have. I mean, this one I have multiple entries in one slot. Otherwise, I'm trying to behave.
Is that number 16?
That was number 16.
Okay, my number 16 is Metal Gear Solid 2. Because that was like, I think the only one I played, and I loved it. I loved it. The boxes, you know, and like having to hide in it and then smoking a cigarette to calm down. Yeah, it's
the cigarettes, even in the first ever Metal Gear, cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Like, what a weird concept. I was probably like 8 years old, 9 years old. I'm like, like, just get a pack of cigarettes going.
The first Metal Gear.
Calm my nerves down. I was 9 years old.
That was me with the first Metal Gear. I was that same age and playing, the truck halves started to move and, I feel asleep.
Just a box.
And, but there's like smoking.
What a good game.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
I would play it again.
I've never played any Metal Gear Solids.
They have the remakes too, huh? That's right. That was one of the ones
at some point. We'll get those because the remakes, it has Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge on it. Like those are the games I played. I never got into Metal Gear Solid because it was on PlayStation. I was a Nintendo guy.
So that's my number 16.
16. Okay, my number 15. Castlevania 2. Simon's Quest is back there. And it's just so... so if this were just purely objective, it probably wouldn't quite make the list. If it were subjective, it would be way higher. I'm trying to split the difference between subjective and objective, and so I put it at number 15.
Yeah.
And it's so important to my childhood, this game. I mean, it's one of my favorite games of all time. The graphics were stunning for when they came out. The music still holds up today as one of the greatest, some of those greatest songs ever written in a video game were out of that. But I also think, objectively, it did something kind of important, which is, back then, people would take risks. Video game developers would take risks. So like Zelda 1 came out, beautiful, top-down adventure. Zelda 2 came out, side-scrolling, I didn't really connect with it as much. Metal Gear 1 and Snake's Revenge, Metal Gear 2, totally different games. I like Metal Gear 2 a little bit better. I seem to be the only person in the universe who does. But Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2, two totally different games. I thought Castlevania 2 was the best in the series. And people just don't take risks anymore. They come up with a winning formula and they just reiterate it. It's just clone after clone keeps coming out, so it's guaranteed, income. So there's just no risk of losing that investment. And I think people should take risks again. And I feel like Castlevania 2 was a successful risk. It doesn't have the reputation that I feel like it deserves, though.
Yeah. It was a great game. Yeah.
It was a great game.
And I enjoyed watching you play it again. Okay, number 15? Okay. Mine is Donkey Kong Country.
Okay. The original Diddy or Dixie?
Yeah. Okay. Dixie, the little one.
The third one, number 3,
No. Donkey Kong, just Donkey Kong. It was just Donkey Kong, not Donkey Kong.
The original, like the arcade.
No. Donkey Kong Country.
Okay,
right?
Donkey Kong Country.
Like the one where you're playing as the little guy, and then you have the big one too, which is the original Donkey Kong.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Makes me want to look it up.
Yeah. But the original Donkey Kong Country.
Not the original where you have Mario in there. Not that one.
Not like, where...
no.
Quick, with the footsteps and the stupid ladders.
No, not that one. On Super
Nintendo. Yeah, so
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country, but there are 3 of them. So there's Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong Quest. Okay,
the first one. Yeah, I didn't put Donkey Kong Country 3. I actually bumped it down because I was like, there's other games on here. And again, like maybe if I didn't replay it recently, I would have had it on my list. But because I tried to replay it, remember I beat World 1, I think, and so I bumped it off my list because I was like, I don't know if I'd play this again. It
was fun. Like I was kind of playing with you. But yeah.
Maybe I will. Maybe it's like a passport kind of game. Okay. But I didn't put it on my list. But Donkey Kong Country, I haven't replayed that recently, and so I feel like that's number 15 for me.
Okay, number 15, Donkey Kong Country. I can agree with that because it did something on the Super Nintendo
So
that you
good.
wouldn't
The
think.
music too. I
The
liked
music
it.
was
Yeah.
amazing. The water level.
Yeah.
It's sentimental. Even if somebody has never played the game, there are songs in there, and you just know exactly
Where you're at.
The environment, the type of character. Like we did that one experiment where I was playing video game music. And I said, like, what do you think is happening here? And it's old, original Nintendo music. And you're like, I don't know. It's like some sort of little animal like running around. It was Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers was the game.
That's right, because I was like, I feel like I'm a squirrel running around.
And you'd never played that game. I don't even think you knew a
Yeah.
game existed
That was
called
pretty-
that. And you're like, I feel like I'm a little squirrel or some sort of little
Some
like
type of
animal,
little animal.
playful, running around. Or
Yeah.
that's what it is. And so video game music can capture emotions that don't really exist. It's sort of a surreal communication. Most music is capturing something humane. This doesn't have to be. There's infinity environments and settings and emotions that can be characterized by video game music, and if it's done right, I feel like I'm a squirrel.
And Donkey Kong Country did it right.
They did it well, where there's a sentimental, or like I feel like there's bananas here. Like I'm in search of a lot of banana. I already have a ton, and I feel like I need more bananas. The music captures that, and the water level. The music is really good. So that was your number.
That was 15.
15. My number 14 is Super Mario Brothers 2. I guess I didn't put it back there.
Oh, yeah.
Not the Japanese one, Lost Levels. That one's terrible. Like
the United States version.
The United States version, right? So everyone knows this story, but once upon a time, Japan got their sequel to Super Mario Brothers, and it was just a terrible version of the first game. And they tried to make this argument, like, no, we're not going to release it in the U.S. because it's too hard for Americans. Okay, I mean, we'll call this like the rental store effect, but so many original Nintendo games were made harder for the American audience. You can't beat them in a rental period, otherwise they're losing income. You have to you rent it and then you have to go buy. And so they would take the original Japanese version, what the Japanese audience got, and they would reconfigure the game to make it harder. They would just dial up the difficulty, kind of scale that up, and then release it in the US. And so it's total nonsense when they pretend like, no, but this game is too hard for American audience. Well, but you scaled up the difficulty on the other games that you exported. So that's nonsense. What I thought was a brilliant idea, it would be harder to do now, kind of in the age of the internet, but before the internet, was just to reskin Doki Doki Panic, because that game, it to the Mario universe, it added all this like mysticism, I mean, there was this like magic and lore and sort of mythology that was just it was as playful as it was mythical, that game. And it was so beautifully done. I feel like, to me, that's the #1 catch in the yard game, probably 80% of the time. If I'm going to play something for 20 minutes, it's Mario 2.
Okay. Yeah. That was number 14. So my number 14 is Tomb Raider 4. And I kept it on my list. I believe it was on my list last 2 years ago. But I think I ranked it down because we just played it again, the remastered one. And I actually still love it. I was enjoying it. There's just other games that I was more.
There's a video of you very early in the morning with pillow hair playing Tomb Raider 4.
Yeah, it's I still enjoy it, and I remember playing it recently, and I'm like, oh, I remember these lines. I used to memorize them when I was little. So it stayed on my list because I still really enjoy it. Tomb Raider 4 is 14.
Tomb Raider 4 is 14. My number 13 is Chrono Trigger, and. I mean, there's no point in talking about the gameplay. There's a trillion people who have done this, but the music. I mean, everyone's talked about this too.
The music is wonderful.
But so we play video game music almost year round. But from November 1st until December 31st, we do Christmas music. With some 80s and 90s music in there too. But that's our break, our household break. Spears. And that's the annual break from video game music. On January 1st. Video game music starts again, and this year the very first song I played, I went through and chose, it was from Snake's Revenge. It was a Metal Gear song, Metal Gear 2 song, and it was one of those ones I turned my TV volume up really loud, recorded on a cassette, I get my Walkman, and I'd walk up and down Hal and Nita's street, and I would listen to like
Really?
Simon's Quest songs.
How old were you
and
at
I
the
was just
time?
a little kid. I don't know, maybe I was 10 or
that's
something.
sweet, yeah.
Whenever Snake's Revenge came out, it was that many years old.
Recorded on your cassette.
Maybe I was 12 or something. And I would just walk up and down the street listening to Simon's
Pretending
Quest.
you were hiding in a box.
Smoking. Yeah. At the time, you could get those like bubblegum cigarettes. So it's possible that I had them.
Or the little sticks, the chalk that are just horrible. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was the first song was from Snake's Revenge. The second song was out of Chrono Trigger, and ever since the house has just been like a Yasunori Mitsuda concert.
It's nice.
And it's the music
I like
is
coming
so
home
beautiful.
to video game music.
To the sound of video game
from
music,
work.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's a change.
After like a 9-hour shift, you come home and there's Chrono Trigger music playing. It's such a beautiful game.
So that's number 13.
Number
so
13.
your number 14 is actually my number 13, Super Mario 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I was like, oh, yeah. And again, I was toggling and like changing my orders, but I think that's a good spot for it. Super Mario 2, number 13. I don't need to say anymore. Like, it's not my favorite Mario, but I mean, like, objectively,
It's such a good game.
it is.
though.
Yeah, I liked it. And who was the...
Wart?
Yeah. Like what? You have like 80s, like, crown and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's like a Burger King crown and he hates vegetables. Yeah.
Throw cabbage at him, make him
Yeah.
sick.
But and they've never brought him back. Maybe because his physical appearance is too similar to
Cancel
Bowser.
culture,
I think it needs to be dissimilar enough to Bowser, and you can't have two big baddies competing.
true.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think that would be good storytelling.
I think so too.
Like
Maybe
the next
they would
Mario
bring it
movie,
back.
they should bring in Wart and have those two duking it out, and maybe you
so.
start siding with Bowser because Wart is even worse. Whatever. Okay, quick interruption to say that we recorded this video on Sunday, March 1st. It's now the 26th. It's almost a month later, and during that month, the promo poster for the new Mario movie came out, and Wart is on it. So obviously I didn't know that at the time. Nobody knew that at the time if they weren't involved in the film. And equally, obviously, I'm excited now to see it, because Wart is my favorite enemy, always has been since little Courtney days. Even in big Courtney days, I teach, and in my epidemiology class during the final, if people dress up as Wart, I give them extra credit. I've been doing that for years, and so I'm excited to see the movie. But let's get back to the March 1st talk. Like, oh man, I love that game. It was so different from the others.
It's a good one. So
Okay.
number 12.
You're number 12.
Your number 12.
My number 12. Mario World
Yeah.
is my number 12.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't really need to say too much about it. They took Super Mario Brothers 3 and they gave it like a Switch 2 treatment.
Yeah,
it's like the same soul, but the body is better. It's really a perfect game. I mean, even this, it's like one song that plays in pretty much every level, but it's different enough that it never feels repetitive.
Yeah.
They just modify that one song in all these different environments. It never feels repetitive. It feels immersive instead. And again, just in the same way that the Switch 2 is bigger and better, and the graphics are better, and you can actually prop it up without it falling over and cursing. All of those same treatments were done to Super Mario 3 in such a way that Mario World is a perfect game.
Mario World is great. Okay. My number 12 is Sims on PC when I played it, because I think I would still play it and binge it when I was like, I don't remember, it came out in 2000. I think that's when we got it too. So I was like 9. And I remember I stayed up all night, and I remember my mom came in the room and it was like 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just like cooking food with my little avatar.
Oh, that's funny.
And my mom comes in, she goes, "Did you go to sleep?" And I'm like,
"No, just up early."
Yeah, she goes, "Turn that off and go to bed." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I can see her point of view, but I can also see yours.
It's such a fun game, and I
Yeah.
feel like I would still play it. Like, we should probably buy the newer Sims. I think it's on Switch. I think they have it.
Okay.
And yeah.
We have to do
There's so
the
many
Shire
games.
first
I
as
know.
a
There's so many
sim
games.
within that category.
Yeah, a lot of games, not enough time in the world. Ugh. Okay, number 11.
Okay, my number 11. This is King's Quest 6. I'm sure it was on the
yeah.
last one. It's a computer game, right? So it's not on anything. I do think they should put it on the Switch now that you can have, mouses, whatever it is. But this is the best game, I think, objectively, but also super subjectively. It's the best in the series, and the series is more important than people give it credit for. So people talk about the video game crash of '83. These third-party developers start making like terrible Atari games, and some famously bad ones, whatever, but the video game market, the crash of '83, and then we pretend like it just died, like the video game industry died, and Nintendo resuscitated it at the very end of '85 Christmas season. There was a limited release, it was really just in the US where we're talking about this, a limited release of the original Nintendo console, and '86 it really started to come out. But that, to me, pretending like there was a video game crash that was that catastrophic, is like when people say, I died on the table, I was pronounced dead. For 2 minutes, I was dead on the table. That's not true. Your cells were alive.
Somebody was giving you CPR
I mean,
at the time.
but okay, your circulation stopped circulating. Blood stopped moving. Your cells, your tissues were. It's not like Frankenstein came into the OR with all the lightning, and it's like, now we bring you back to life here. Like, that didn't happen, And I think the same thing is true with the video game crash of '83. It wasn't dead on the table, because I think once you cross a threshold, if your cells all die, I mean, unless you're Lazarus, I'm sorry, that's it. And with the video game crash, like, yes, it really
I've never
fell
even
apart.
heard of this. This is the first time hearing of the video game
crash.
crash.
So before your life.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like burying games, so they overprinted, and it was just. And really, Nintendo did do a lot of resuscitation, but what stopped was a circulation of such a huge economy. The circulation of dollars so huge. However, King's Quest, the first one, came out in 1984. Okay, that's right in the heart of the crash, and it was so successful. So, yeah, a bunch of garbage was coming out, and it sort of collapsed the economy a little bit, but it's not like it was pronounced dead on the table. And so King's Quest, to me, is the best in a franchise that's more important than people give it credit for.
Number 11?
Pardon?
Is that number 11?
That is my number 11, and Ken and Roberta Williams.
Okay. My number 11 is Castlevania.
Which one?
The number one, 1986, I think.
The first Castlevania?
Yeah, the first one.
I can defend that one
Yeah.
as an objective.
Yeah, because I feel like I would play it again. Like, I just played it recently for the first time ever, maybe 4 years ago or something. I don't remember. But I would play it again because, again, the music.
2, you played through. You might have done one also.
I thought I did order.
I think maybe you did.
I started with one because, that was sequential.
The original, you're doing the sequence. Castlevania 1 really started, I mean, horror in a side-scrolling action platformer horror. Amazing. Every Castlevania game. I mean, I think 2 was the best, 1 is the second best. I would say 3 is third best in terms of the quality. I mean, 3 has a couple of massive hit songs. Later games, there's a little bit of recycling of some old tunes, like the Super Nintendo one.
I didn't put on my list Nintendo 64 Castlevania.
Which was on there last time.
It was on there last time, but I feel like I had other games on here now that, I just put the one Castlevania. So, spoiler, I guess, for the top 10. Okay, now we're getting to our top 10.
For our top 10, let's take a brief intermission. Kind of refill waters, and then after this commercial break, I hope there's no commercials that show. But
some ads, maybe.
Some ads I'm going to probably show. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Well, the Castlevania 64.
Okay. So I have a few honorable mentions, and then we'll do our top 10, and then we'll find out if your prediction for me and my prediction for you is accurate when we come back.
Stay tuned. Okay.
Welcome back. So getting into our top 10s, and so I'll go first, and I'm going to do my honorable mentions. Do you have any other honorable mentions other than Castlevania 64?
I don't. I think I mentioned them along the way already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a few that I would say top 25, maybe, something like this. SimCity on the Super Nintendo, not on the computer, because I thought the Super Nintendo one was better. SimCity. Mega Man 2, if I'm being objective, 3, if I'm being subjective. But that, as an action platformer, I thought Mega Man 1 was just sort of impossible and pretty good. Mega Man's 2 and 3, I thought that was like the peak of the franchise. And then Tetris.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the song,
Tetris,
there's more than one song.
I agree with
everyone
that
just
one.
leaves it on the standard song. I would put those in the top 25. Tetris isn't really a game in the way that,
It's like Pac-Man, you know?
Yeah, Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Where you think video, it's not like a Mario game or something.
More like
and then I have 2, you know how you were just like moving stuff around? I have 2 that were essentially
almost on the list?
Well, they were like top 10 on the list.
Oh.
And I think people will understand, once I'm done with my top 10, I think people will understand why I bumped them. But either of these should be ahead. I mean, if I were to do more than a top 20, they would be ahead of Pokemon and Minecraft. The original Zelda and the original Super Mario Brothers. Those are top 10 games, both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think once we get through my list, people understand the reason I bumped those specifically. Okay, so we're at my number 10. Okay, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah,
The Switch one and the Wii U game. That I thought is the best Mario Kart. Now maybe someday it could be Mario Kart World. They would have to fix the battle mode.
Yeah.
Not fix, but they would have to add things to it, add levels that I like.
I think we talked about this yesterday. The way how they did the elimination, like you die and then you're just gone, like, and you have to
lose
wait.
everything.
Yeah.
And so
I'm
in first place. 20 people. I'm in first place with 3 seconds to go, and then I have 0 points.
Yeah.
And I just want to squish. I want to like Hulk smash the controller in my hand. I'm just running and hiding and trying to stay away.
Rage quit.
And so, like, just allow me to keep what I earned when I so let's say you get knocked out early, something like that. At least if you have a couple of points so far, keep them.
Yeah.
You miss the final minute of point accumulation, point acquisition. But I mean, and so I think they would have to fix all of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
There are parts of Mario Kart World that I think are amazing, though. The overworld
like driving
exploration, the eliminations. I thought that was good. Although it too was like, I'm in last place, I'm in first place, I'm in last place, I'm in first. Like, okay, this is too hectic.
Yeah.
And so there's stuff that I feel like should be corrected a little bit. I haven't played it in a long time. Whereas I played Mario Kart 8 through the entire life cycle of the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
right
that
up
goes
until
to that says something about the game.
Yeah, like the day before we got the Switch 2, I was playing Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Although the 2 Mario Karts I played the most, Super Nintendo and 64. So I could also argue that those would be in this slot. But if I put multiple Mario Kart games on the list, it would.
I feel like you could just lump them all into one.
I can lump these into one, but the version that I'm putting on the list is Mario Kart 8.
Okay, my number 10 is God of War, and I'm lumping God of War, like I think it's 2017, and then Ragnarok. So Ragnarok and the one right before it, I'm putting those together because they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And
one of them has Boyd.
Yeah, such a good game. Yeah. So that I think both of them actually have.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So those are.
Boy, he says that in both games.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my number 10.
That's your number 10. Okay, so my number 9 is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I don't need to tell stories. I've told those stories so many times.
So excited you throw
that
up.
I vomit.
That's my favorite story, so I'm bringing it up again.
So I mean, I know every password in the game, and not just Mike Tyson. That game defined my childhood from like an athletic perspective, like sport games.
Yeah, okay.
It's perfect. That game's perfect.
My number 9 is The Legend of Zelda. You didn't put it on, but I did.
Okay, good.
Number 1, 1986.
Good. Yeah, it needs to be on our list.
I would play it again. Like I recently played it for the first time, like within the last 5 years, and I would play it again because I love it. Even when the music comes on when we have the playlist going, I'm just like, ooh, I know where I'm at. I'm in the dungeon.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It is such a good game. It was so magical, and for me to play it in the 80s is one thing. For you to play it in the 2020s and enjoy it. And
I love it.
We don't always know when we're in the moment what the ingredients for future nostalgia are going to be. We can create new nostalgia all the time. I have a bunch of old nostalgia for Zelda. Did I put it up there? I didn't put it up. Although there's Zelda, a biography, F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, Zelda, that's where the name actually came from. But But so I have my original nostalgia for that game, but I have a different set of nostalgia for you playing it. So you played through the original, kind of number 2, but I ended up taking over.
I kept dying. I'm like, you know what? I'm not having that much fun. You take over.
Yeah,
I'll watch.
The music is great.
And you're still Link. But,
you're still Link.
Yeah.
And then you played through Zelda 3. So you went
that
full
one was
through
better than 2.
1 and 3. And 2, you got started. But again, both 1 and 3, I have nostalgia for you playing and me sitting next to you, kind of reliving elementary school and middle school.
Yeah.
Zelda 3 was me in middle school.
I loved it. And then the little like hidden, caves or whatever.
Yeah, you
You're
burn
like,
every bush.
burn that bush. And I'm like, okay.
You got to the point where you're burning like 10 bushes on every screen. And,
He's like, you already found it. I'm like, yeah, but.
I have this candle. I'm just going to light everything.
It's kind of like vacuuming in Luigi's Mansion.
Except you're just burning
vacuumed everything. Yeah. That was fun.
To burning all the bugs out of the bushes.
So number 9. That was my number 9. Now you're
my
number
8. Street Fighter 2.
Okay,
It's back there.
Yeah.
And I still haven't returned to Street Fighter 6. I mean, that intermission, our intermission was like, let's, refill our waters and take a vitamin gummy. But oh man, Street Fighter 6, that intermission has been going on for a long time. I think ever since Dragon Quest 1 and 2 came out. I haven't returned to it. And even if after the intermission it's 5 times as good as it was in the beginning, it still wouldn't surpass Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2, I mean, in the arcade, I was really competitive. At home, I would train. I mean, it was practice and training. And then I would go to other people's houses. And I think I never lost in like a neighborhood, like a community game. The one thing that I wish games would return to is community. The world rankings. I mean, like Brian is often ranked, in the top 100 and sometimes like top 10 in Pokemon Go. World rankings, but for the most part, world rankings, here's a top 500 or something, like, okay, but if there's like 10 million people playing, you don't get to see yourself. If it's a community, you don't even get to see the world. It's just, here's your zip code or something. Then it's like old arcade games where you see your initials at the top. You go to Street Fighter 2, you go to Pac-Man or whatever, you enter your initials, and unless there's a power outage, you're king or queen, and everyone can see it, and every time you go to the arcade, that's me right there. And I feel like we should return to that in gaming. I mean, you have an IP address, you can tell where people are coming from, and just do like community
That's
gaming.
a good idea, actually.
And so if Street Fighter 6 did that, maybe that would help. But Street Fighter 2, that's my number 8.
Okay, and my number 8 is Animal Crossing, the New Horizon that we just played.
It back in.
I know, to see like what all the updates. We didn't even do that.
We haven't done the updates yet.
Yeah, that's such a fun game. I could play. It reminds me of Sims, right? Where you have your avatar and you're building this community, and you get to forage and plant and like all the things of taking care of like this little Tamagotchi is what how I view it.
It's basically what it is. That's funny.
So
it is beautiful. And you can, customize your house, change the location, customize the rivers and whatever.
Anything. You can create a gym on your beach.
So we had a ton of fun with that. I mean, it was really, you started and I was watching you. And then in the mornings, my transition out of slumber and into I need to be alert and awake and confront daylight was I'm going to play for a little bit. I just catch bugs and catch fish and
like paid the house off.
Pay the house off. And so that was my role was just to go earn money to like pay for things. And it's like, okay, now you can decorate. We had this very like 50s.
That's funny because he would just go put all the crap in the storage in the house, and he's like, you can just go decorate later. And so I was like, okay, let's change.
It was like a classic 50s, like gender assignment household. Just like, all right, I'm going to go earn a bunch of money and try to pay off the house, and I want you to go decorate and enjoy yourself. But I had fun doing it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's a great game. We do need to put that in and check on the updates. Get the updates and play through with it. Okay, my number 7. This is a combined title because they combine it. Originally, it wasn't combined. But later on, there was a Game Boy Color version that was a combined title. And then there was a Nintendo Switch title that was combined. Do you know what I'm talking about? Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, sure. But Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, that's really, just defining for my childhood. was that. I mean, it established the JRPG. You know, again, it's not the original role-playing game or sort of adventure, dungeon crawler, whatever, you know, Wizardry and Ultima. And
kind of though, similar, because you do go into like
you do all this stuff, but it came later.
So
what I'm saying is those are you know, prerequisites, you know, prequels. The origins of all this, and maybe Colossal Cave Adventure, you know, but the what brought the JRPG into, you know, existence is Dragon Quest I, and it is so beautiful. I think they did a wonderful job on the remakes.
I love watching, like,
so good.
And then the number 2 that you're playing.
Number 2, well, number 7 now.
So
I finished 1 and 2, and I'm on 7 now. And
you beat them pretty quickly too.
But because those ones are a little bit shorter. I mean, 1, I 100%ed the thing. It didn't take me all that long. But that just defined my childhood, and they're so beautiful. And RPGs are my favorite genre of games. Whether it's what I play the most, it's such an investment I often have to hold back. You know, it's like somebody can say, like, oh, ice cream is my favorite food. Yeah, but you can't eat it every day. You know, there's just body composition and heart health and whatever. RPGs are my favorite genre, and this established the JRPG, which is, I think, the best kind.
Okay, number 7 for me is Super Mario 64.
Mario 64.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mario 64.
I didn't put it back.
I mean, that's more of an objective, because growing up, you know, like the pecking order, I was the youngest one at the time, and so obviously, like, my brother and sister would play before me, and so for the most part, I would just watch them play it. But I would play here and there. But it's a great game, and
that's
like
amazing.
you know, objectively, you just have to have that on the list, and I will play it again. So number 7 for me.
Okay, I applaud and approve and nod my agreement and all other gestures that are supportive there. My number 6 is Mario 3. Original Nintendo Mario 3. Sure, the Super Nintendo Mario All-Stars re-release. But this is, to me, this is like a toy chest that's just filled with 100 sentimental toys of my childhood on one cartridge. You put it in, and it's just like going through. There's the music, all these different levels, the different enemies, the different everything is so nostalgic, and it's just one thing after another. All these different worlds, all these different environments, all the different.
I love
I mean,
Mario
the frog
3.
suit, the Tanuki suit, the boot.
The boot. Bring the boot back.
It's so perfect.
I agree.
This game. And while Mario World, you know, did the you know, upgrade on it, I still think Mario 3 is the better game.
I agree.
And so that is it's not quite like a catch in the yard game though. It's a bigger investment because there's no save on the original. You just had to play from the beginning. And so, you know, for like a Mario 2, I could just play and kind of race through some levels, 20 minutes, I don't need to beat it, you know, 20 minutes, I'm done. Mario 3, I kind of want to get through. It's too big of a game. So this is like a annual go to the baseball game and sit in the stands and order a hot dog. It's that kind of game to me.
Okay, my number 6 is Super Mario, the
original
NES one. Good.
I'm glad it's here. But you know, because like for my Mario 3, my number 6, I could have put Super Mario Brothers 1 there. What you just put, I totally could have put Mario 1 there.
And I don't really need to say any more on it. I mean, it's a great game. Super Mario.
I play it all the time. You know, I do my little speed run of the whole game.
That's right.
And I mean that, you know, if we're going to talk about the video game crash of '83,
we already did.
If we're going to resuscitate that, you know, as Nintendo resuscitated it, Super Mario Bros. The original is really what brought it back in the U.S. I mean, if you're going to credit one game to being Frankenstein, that came in with the lightning and, you know, revived the industry, whatever. Mario 1 is the game, is Frankenstein.
Okay.
It's an amazing game.
Now we're getting to top 5. You're number 5. Okay. This was hard.
My hunch is this is going to be higher on yours, and it probably should be higher on mine. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Number 5. And I mean, this is
just objectively, it's a great game.
It's essentially a perfect game. It's so good. I
can't wait for the remake.
Music,
you know it's coming.
You know, because the 40th anniversary is just like here, and so they have to do it. There's something, you know, it's like the greatest games of all time, what we sort of universally objectively hold in this regard of like Chrono Trigger and Zelda Ocarina of Time. No remakes on those ones, because if you mess it up, it could sour sentimentality, and so it's
tread lightly.
Yeah, you have to tread so light. I mean, you have to tread on like water. You have to complete the walk on water. Trick. But this one, what I wish would happen at some point in the Zelda game is that, in the way that Tolkien does it, it's off camera, it's not even implied, whatever. Link and Zelda have a kid, right? They have a baby. And I mean, it can be like...
They do?
No, I wish.
Oh, I don't. I kind of like I like that it's just more of a...
Link every single time?
More of like a friendship thing, and it's like more of a protector thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have to do it. I'm not saying most people maybe don't. In the comments, if who you agree with, you can, it could be like Zinka, and so in Dragon Quest V, which didn't make my list, but it is an amazing game. That's the one the movie is based on, Dragon Quest V. And there's a lineage, and so you play, through, and a little bit with Dragon Quest III, they did this too, but Dragon Quest V, you sort of play as the offspring, so you're playing as a dad, and then he plays the kid, and it's a generational game. I feel like Zelda Ocarina of Time kind of came close to that, because you play Link as a kid, and then you play Link as a kind of a grown-up, a teenager or whatever. But I do like the passage of time in that sense. That's whether it's generational and there's, a non-protector role, or, there's like a Zinka character, or or it is just, you're a kid and you're an adult.
Yeah.
But maybe do like a third time period where you're, in your 30s or something. So my number 5, Ocarina of Time.
Okay, my number 5 is Super Mario World.
Okay.
Yeah. So far I'm like deep into the Marios.
Deep into Mario, yeah.
For good reason.
For good reason, yeah. That was on my list too. My number 4. Now I could have put the original Zelda here, and it would have been a perfect home for it. Number 4 position, I put Zelda 3: A Link to the Past.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know if I put it back there, but I feel like in the way that Mario World.
I can't believe it beat Ocarina. Jeez.
In the way that barely, it's one
barely.
place.
That's right.
In the way that Mario World took Mario 3 and just polished it and just tidied it and made it, upgraded it a little bit. Zelda 3 did that to Zelda 1. It has all these songs that still exist.
Yeah.
Kakariko Village. It introduced the villages. It introduced characters and settings and songs and all of this stuff that's just a part of the franchise now. It got its birth in Zelda 3.
Yeah.
Some of it came from Zelda 1. Essentially nothing came from Zelda 2.
I get it mixed up in my memory because so many games and like so a lot has happened. But Zelda 3 and Zelda 1, which one was the one where it had like the whole world map, and then you had in the corner there was the water with the little island
Zelda
on
3.
it? Okay. That probably would have been in replace of Zelda 1, but whatever. They're both really good.
With the Dark World that you go to.
Yes, I love that. Was number 3.
World is number 3.
Okay. Yeah,
amazing.
That's actually instead of the Legend of Zelda, the number 9. That's going to be the number 9. I changed it.
But we talked about the music, with the dungeon music and the overall music of Zelda 1 and burning all the bushes. That's all Zelda 1. But Zelda 3 was just the villages, and it had the bees, and it had the fairies. Remember, there's like the obese fairy, and all that stuff is Zelda 3, and it's so amazing. That game is so good.
I loved it, and you have to dig and find things.
Dig and find things. Yeah. It's just
ahead of
so
its time.
Good.
It was really good.
Way ahead of its time. And I feel like it works as a surrogate adventure that you go on. Like, if you're a kid, you can't just leave the house and go wander to the nearest mountains and city and lake and go on a quest and whatever. So you get this proxy of adventure.
Yeah.
And so I got that as a kid with this game, where like, okay, I'm in middle school. I can't just leave the house and walk to the nearest town and
go to Mount Hood.
Go to Mount Hood, and climb it and find some like Goron thing. I just have to get that kind of surrogate experience, that substitute experience, and so this did it for me, but also, just the seeds of nostalgia were planted sitting next to you when you played through it.
a lot of fun. And I got to see like where Ocarina was kind of based off of, like the world. Yeah, I was like, okay, here's this, here, you know, like it's amazing.
And the music that's in Ocarina.
I love it.
I mean, it's all this origin story is a link to the past.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is Super Mario 3.
Yep, that was higher than Mario World for me too.
I have to. It's a lot of nostalgia, and I play it again, and I have played it again, and it's number 4 on my list.
Number 4 on your list, Mario 3. It's so good. I mean, you know, to me, again, that's my toy chest. It's just, I mean, it even has like toy boxes.
I know, I love it. Okay, top 3.
Top 3. My number 3, Mario 64.
Okay, yep.
So that, you know, that one was on yours. And this is the Nintendo 64. This was the age of file select music. The file, so you're going to like select your saved file. Now, whether it's Ocarina, you know, it's Mario 64. These are stunning songs. I can put the console on, just like not select a file and spend an hour just basking in nostalgia. It was amazing. But so I had an experience with Mario 64 that you didn't have, which is which the launch, and I understood what came before. So at this time, I had recently broken my arm, and I was an employee, and I broke it on the job, and so they gave me $1,600 as you know, like, here, just like, you know, don't sue us or whatever. And it didn't occur to me, you know, that a lawsuit was feasible here, and I was like a freshman in high school or something. But it was a settlement, $1,600, and so like I set aside some of that for college, but like half of it I just like blew on video games. And I mean, the Nintendo 64 was right around the corner, you know, so I had enough money to buy the console. Mario 64, Pilot Wings 64 is back there, an extra controller is back. I bought all that stuff on launch day, and it changed gaming so much. I mean, this is a story for another time, but it's just hard to describe, if you weren't there at the time, how much life changed at that point. And so Mario 64 was just a hinge on which the gaming industry took this massive swing into a new direction.
Yeah.
That's my number 3.
Number 3, okay. My number 3, Overwatch.
Overwatch. I was wondering when this was going to come. So
you knew it was the top 3.
Yeah, what I called was like Overwatch and like, you know, Mario 3 or Mario World. And then Ocarina and you know, the Tears of the Kingdom. So I called a bunch. You only called one. I called a bunch. But Overwatch is one of them.
Overwatch. I love it. I love the game. I can just turn it on and get instantly hooked and play for hours.
Oh, like
still,
huge pupils.
Yep.
Power stance.
I'm standing like right in front of the screen, and then like, you know, if I'm in a good like one-on-one and I die, I'll curse and then kind of have like a shame about it. And I look back at Courtney, who's on the couch like working. I'm like, sorry, like, oops.
No, I know what if, you know, if I'm like in first place in Mario Kart World and then I get knocked out and suddenly I'm basically last place. Like 2 seconds on the clock. I have the exact same experience.
Such a good game. Blizzard did a great job on the gameplay.
Are you going to tell the story?
Yes,
I am even more irritating?
Frustrated. I'm banned for this season, for the competitive season, because not for cursing, because the internet, like, can't connect to server. It dropped me so many times. And to the point where it was like, you're banned for 7 minutes, you're banned for 1 hour, you're banned for 19 hours, you're banned for the entire season.
And when does the next season start?
I think it's April, so I have to wait.
And so you were banned like a couple weeks ago or a week ago or something like that.
I've tried a lot of things too on, like, you know, connecting the DNS or what, all these things I don't even know.
Hiring famous hackers, just anything.
So the next thing, I'm gonna just have to buy a direct cord. But yeah, I got banned. So my number 3 probably would have been higher if you weren't if I wasn't banned from it. Yeah. Number 2.
Okay, my number 2. If this were subjective, this would be my number 1 by like 6 miles.
Okay. Dragon Quest 4.
Yeah. Oh, the Dragon Warrior 4. But Dragon Quest 4
I know your number 1.
Yeah. So you know, you know my number 1. So if this were subjective, I think objectively and to some extent, I mean, I can make an argument for Chrono Trigger, but I think this is the best RPG of all time, is Dragon Warrior 4.
Yeah.
Now, it came before Chrono Trigger.
I can't wait to watch you play it.
It's amazing. And since RPGs are my favorite genre, and I think this is the best RPG of all time, but something else that this one does so well is storytelling. So I watched this. There was a conversation between Sam Altman, like OpenAI guy, and Elon Musk guy, and they were talking about video games. And Sam Altman, talked about how the original Mario games had great stories.
Overwatch is amazing.
Overwatch is amazing. Yeah, generally Blizzard does great stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the time. I know you gotta get going.
Cool. Do you play anything besides Overwatch?
The best game I played recently, and it's not a super new game, is The Last of Us.
Oh, is it really?
It's from a couple of years ago.
Sure.
I loved it.
Okay, Last of Us.
Uncharted too.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Uncharted.
It was just
Really, The Last of Us
storytelling like that in a video game.
I mean, honestly, I think that's really neglected.
As games have become more like the replacement for the NFL, I think the storytelling just gets generally neglected. So it was like especially striking to play one that was like absolutely cinematic storytelling.
Yeah, and some of the oldest games, the graphics and sound were terrible, so they had to rely on storytelling.
So yeah, like the old Mario games had incredible story.
Yeah.
Okay, like
What?
Yeah, the first
Two
one.
brother plumbers.
Okay, a couple plumbers, right? But like a big lizard captures a princess. Go get her. That's it. The second one, Mario has a dream about a guy who hates vegetables. Okay, the third one, the lizard is back.
Yeah.
The lizard is back. Capture the princess, but now the lizard has a bunch of kids inexplicably, and so go kill those kids. And so, if that's what Sam Altman thinks is a great story.
Yeah.
I worry what he thinks great AI is. Because the original Nintendo did have a lot of good stories. Even like Ninja Gaiden had a really good story. But the best story there was on the original Nintendo, I think, is Dragon Warrior 4.
Okay.
I mean, it's a 5-chapter, so it's like the story arc. Usually we talk about 3 acts in a story, and there's an Act 2A and an Act 2B. This is a 5-act structure, and the characters, you get to know them. And they're like your friends, essentially. You grow up with them, you change with them, you go on an adventure together. It is such an amazing game, Dragon Warrior 4. And so trying to balance objectivity and subjectivity, the subject talking about the object, I'm going to give it number 2.
Yeah, okay.
If this were pure subjective, it would be my number 1 by infinity. Who cares what distance, because it's infinity.
Yeah, I think my number 2 is going to be your number 1, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
So I know you're number 1 then?
Yeah. So what's my number 1?
It'd be Ocarina?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to talk about both right now?
I love the Legend of Zelda, franchise, game, whatever, world. And Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, amazing. They did a great job at incorporating futuristic robot stuff, which I feel like,
that.
Me too.
Amazing.
But they did such a good job the way they did it. And man, you objectively, Breath of the Wild should probably be my number 1, but man, Ocarina, love it. It's gonna be forever my number 1.
I mean, it really, Mario 64 came first, and again, that was the hinge that just swung video gaming into a new era, and it was never the same since. Ocarina really secured that. Okay, we can do it with a guy who jumps around a lot. What about a character who doesn't jump? Can we do it with a character that doesn't jump? And the execution was so perfect. It could not have been done better for its time.
Yeah, I even got the costume that I cosplay. We went to the Stockton Con, and it was a hit. Everybody wanted to take pictures with me. I was just dressed as Link.
Do you have any pictures?
I do, yeah. Okay. We'll post them on here.
Okay, yeah, so we'll post some pictures of Maria as Link.
As Link, not Zelda. Didn't want to be the princess. I wanted to be the cool warrior.
Yeah, but you're Sword and Shield. We have a Sword and Shield.
Back there.
And everyone wanted pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get a picture?
Of course. So, and so your number 1 is?
So my number 1, Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, they're just sort of companion games.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I guess I would say Breath of the Wild, since it came first, and it really, what Tears of the Kingdom did. Earlier we talked about Donkey Kong Country, what that accomplished, and Chrono Trigger. What Donkey Kong Country and Chrono Trigger accomplished on the Super Nintendo, like how could that console produce a game like this? Mario 3 with the original Nintendo, how could that console produce a game like this? I don't feel like the Nintendo 64 had a long enough lifespan for anyone to say, how could that console produce a game like this? Because Mario 64, Ocarina, pretty early. One was a launch title, the other one came out not too long after launch. And so some consoles just didn't stick around long enough. The original Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the Switch. I mean, to put out Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch, it's like a miracle in gaming. Really but the only other thing that I would say about it, other than obviously the exploration, the sense of adventure, that was all a perfect execution for both games, is as I talk about storytelling, I mentioned there's usually a 3-act structure. Almost every single game begins in Act 2. I mean, it's just henchman after henchman en route to the big baddie. And so you're thrust into Act 2 action at the peak, and then you hit Act 3 and you fight the final boss. I almost never have an Act 1. Dragon Warrior 4 did. But it was a beautiful, perfect story arc. I mean, it was this 5-act story arc. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild both have an Act 1. It's the plateau, the Hyrule Plateau for Breath of the Wild, and it's the Sky Island in Tears of the Kingdom. And so there really is an Act 1, and then you get into Act 2. But I would say there's also an Act 2B, which is where you yourself begin to develop skills and change to help Link overcome, the big baddie, Act 3, Ganon in the end. And so I thought that was both of those are perfect games.
They are. And worthy of being in the top 2.
Worthy of being in the top 2, as is Ocarina. It was a little bit out of my top 2.
Yeah.
Now, when we play the remake, just like replaying Dragon Quest 3, I'm like, you know what, this is better than I remember in terms of the storytelling part of it.
I can't wait.
And so I can't wait either. Okay, so I think that's it for us. That's our top 20. Yeah. Maybe we'll do this on occasion.
I think so, because I think the list will change as we replay games. I think Turok was on my list in the past.
Maybe it was.
And it's not anymore because we
played it. It was like, it's not good.
It's horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
The controls are so bad. Because I can't invert them. You can invert one of them. I think it's like left and right, but not up and down or something like that. And so I'm just constantly staring at the ground or like looking at the sky. And
it's not a good game.
It's not a good
as
game.
we replay it.
Yeah. We barely started Turok 2.
Yeah.
And we haven't tried Turok 3 yet. So
we probably will, but
we'll play through them at some point. But it's not a good game. So that deserves to be on no one's list.
But I think we should make this again, maybe in
and
a
we'll
couple
still
years.
make Turok jokes, when we're driving up to Oregon and it's foggy.
Yeah.
But those jokes will be about how bad. Like, can you imagine how bad the car control would be if I would be swerving off the road? So I think we'll do this on occasion, and you can watch the earlier ones. I'll post links in the description, or you can see our earlier rankings. So if you want to see how consistent it is, what kind of correlation we have.
I think Ocarina is probably my number 1 still.
Probably. I don't remember.
Sure.
What we had.
I don't remember either, so I'm
curious. Because we did it
to
twice.
see.
There's subjective and objective, and so I think there are probably different number 1s.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for us.
Bye.
We hope something.
Yeah.
Our departing.
We
We hope you connect and find immersion in video games.
And get to cosplay as your favorite character. Without judgment.
Without judgment.
Yeah.
And that people want to
Just
take
have
pictures of
fun.
you because you're so good at it. With your creepy wig, your creepy Link wig. One of these days you should wear it on.
I will, yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.
That was fun, yeah. The creepy wig.